Greetings, fellow Muslims. Get ready for an incredible journey that will take us back in time to witness the extraordinary life of a true Muslim hero, often called as a Muslim Robin Hood. Yutaka Atani was a saboteur who stood up against tyranny and injustice and bravely fought for the common man. One can truly say that he was a champion of the common people and a symbol of social justice. But what is his story? Where did it all begin from? Buckle up, because today we're delving deep into the story of Yutaka Atani, a man who defied odds and became a timeless symbol of justice and heroism. Picture this: a world that's constantly changing, where heroes come in all forms. In our story, we meet Yutaka Atani, born in Japan in 1911. When he was only 2 years old, Japan entered World War I, because of which his family moved to Malaysia. Yutaka had a unique twist to his tale. He was growing up in a culture which was different to his past, but he embraced it with open arms and became a Muslim. Inspired by the rich culture of his Malay friends, he even changed his name to Muhammad Ali bin Abdullah. Isn't that fascinating? Yutaka even got married to a local Malay woman, but the marriage didn't last long as he was called back to Japan to serve in the military. Fortunately for him, due to his height not meeting the standards, he started working in the Japanese industrial sector, while his family still resided in Malaysia. But Allah had bigger plans for Yutaka, which were to unfold soon. Hundreds of miles away, an event took place that would soon determine Yutaka's future and fate. This event had no direct connection with Yutaka, but eventually proved to be the spark that ignited Yutaka's potential and turned him into an extraordinary hero. This significant event happened in northeast China, where some rogue elements within the Japanese army planted a bomb along a section of railway tracks. This railway's track was owned by a Japanese company and was serving as a base for the Japanese military for intelligence operations. The Japanese blamed the Chinese for this incident, and soon a war started between the two in the region. Yutaka, who was living an ordinary life, was unaware of how this event would pave the way for his success and fame in the future. Yutaka was soon to become a hero in heroes, and often have a turning point that sets them on their epic journey. For Yutaka, it was a tragedy. His youngest sister, who was still residing in Malaysia, was once walking through a Chinese neighborhood and fell victim to anti-Japanese riots by the Chinese. She was kidnapped and was brutally murdered. The Chinese beheaded her and placed her head in a Japanese temple as a sign on their revenge. This tragic death of Yutaka's sister encouraged the family to leave Malaysia and fly back to Japan. Yutaka, who was looking forward to having his family reunited after so long, was not ready for the tragic news that awaited him. The anger and sorrow that filled his heart changed his life forever. He had a burning desire in his heart for revenge. He packed his bags and headed back to Malaysia to find the culprits and pay them back for what was done to his sister. But instead of going on a killing spree, targeting the Chinese, Yutaka channeled his anger and revenge towards a comparatively positive way. He formed a group of vigilante bandits with his Malay friends, and in the true legendary Robin Hood style, he started taking from the powerful and giving to the powerless. What courage it took to be a modern-day outlaw. His acts of courage soon turned him into a champion of the common people. His transformation into a hero was nothing short of spectacular. He became known as the tiger, or harimau in Malay. He was deep into his mission, taking from the wealthy Chinese and giving to the poor and needy. Just like his sister, who was dear and valuable to him, had been taken away from him, Yutaka and his group continued to strip the culprits off of their wealth. This operation was initially started in the city where Yutaka's sister was murdered, but soon started expanding up towards the rest of the Malaysian peninsula, gaining more momentum and popularity. Soon, Yutaka had infiltrated Thailand, and here he was arrested and put into prison for 2 months. This was also when Yutaka's true Japanese identity came to be known to the masses, who previously assumed him to be Malay. And once his identity came to the forefront, the Japanese military were made aware of him and his heroic acts. World War II had broken up by this time, and the military quickly realized that possibility of using Yutaka's courage to their advantage during World War II. He was soon bailed out of the jail in Thailand and recruited by the military intelligence agency to conduct sabotage operations in British Malaysia. Yes, you heard that right. Yutaka became a secret agent. He played a crucial role in sabotaging the British war efforts. A true hero behind the scenes. Yutaka and his group was used by the Japanese army to delay and obstruct the building of a British Malay fort in Jitra. Yutaka and his companions had disguised themselves as construction workers, and they secretly started to destroy construction equipment and throwing away construction material, thus sabotaging the completion of this very important fort. This rendered the British unable to defend themselves once the Japanese started attacking their bases. Yutaka's plan and his covert mission had proved to be very significant in the Japanese ability to destroy the British fortresses. Yutaka's bravery had no limits. He was further instructed to risk his own life to disarm bombs that were planted by the British under bridges and key infrastructure during their retreat from the peninsula. Yutaka's fearless actions saved countless innocent lives. Yutaka's tale of bravery was soon to end, as he caught malaria and passed away. But his story is a true testament to how one person's actions can bring about such incredible changes in the world. Yutaka was a shining example of selflessness. Yutaka Atani's story isn't just about one man. It's about the timeless qualities of heroism. He was a beacon of hope in a world filled with turmoil and injustice. His unwavering commitment to the greater good and unselfish acts of bravery inspire us to this day. Yutaka's legacy lives on. The Japanese remember him as a war hero who helped them defeat the British. But for the Malays and Muslims worldwide, he's much more than that. Yutaka Atani is a symbol of courage and kindness, a reminder that heroes can emerge from the most unexpected places. So, young Muslims, what can we learn from Yutaka Atani's incredible journey? Heroes can be anyone who stands up for what's right, who helps those in need, and who never gives up, no matter the odds. Who knows, the hero of tomorrow's story might be you. That brings us to the end of our amazing adventure with Yutaka Atani. Remember, heroes come in all shapes and sizes, but what truly matters is the goodness in their hearts. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep exploring, because the world is full of inspiring stories waiting to be discovered.